Hey, Brody, Carlie, and Josh. And we're really excited today because we have Rowan, who is the owner of the Buffalo Bill House from the original Silence of the Lambs movie. Chris,
whoa!
Thanks for jumping on here with us. It looks like
yeah. Thanks for having me, Brody. Appreciate it. Looking forward to it. You can see we're there's Buffalo Bill's house right here from the Academy Award-winning Silence of the Lambs. They did shoot the last 30 minutes of the movie at this location back in 1990, and scenes were filmed with Jodie Foster and Ted Levine, of course, and also Scott Glenn, Jodie's FBI, Clarice's FBI superior. So there she is. We're all decorated up for Halloween. Pretty rad.
In all of its glory. I mean, I thought this was the perfect time for us to talk to you because it is Halloween, and even though that this house that you own, it's not just for people to come experience, take tours, and even spend the night at Halloween. It runs year around, right?
Hello, Bill. So our first format is that we offer overnight stays. Basically, it is a private rental. So basically, you can book the house for up to 8 guests, and everyone gets a private stay. So regardless of your party size, any party up to 8 does get a totally private stay. And we've been open since Labor Day 2021. And it's really rad. We've been getting really great reviews, and certainly really booked for the spooky season, my favorite time of the year. And our second format is that we do offer guided tours. We got our last round of 2022 coming up Halloween weekend, October 28th through 30th. We're doing 2-hour guided tours. I conduct them myself, and you get to recreate all the famous scenes and learn a little bit of the history of the filming and the house itself, and get your tuck on down in our workshop of horrors, but you guys will get to see that in a little bit.
Chris, I noticed on your walk up the steps, you've got some Halloween decor out, and you've got some pumpkins. Did you consider perhaps dressing the steps up with maybe just pumpkin skins?
Yeah, I was like, I was going to go full Monty and just do the flesh suits, do the skin suits that Bill is so famous for, but I didn't want to scare any of the neighborhood children, so went the classy route and did some pumpkins and some hay bales. We keep the skin suits in the basement for prying eyes. So
how much do the neighbors love what you're doing, or do they not?
Honestly, everyone around here is super cool about it. I mean, I was certainly concerned in the beginning, how it would work. I mean, hey, it's a fictional serial killer's house, from Silence of the Lambs, but they're all actually really cool. I know them all really personally, and they've been really supportive. So, I have no complaints on that end. I really couldn't ask for a better situation.
How'd you find the house? How'd this whole process start? That's my big question, because I've always wanted to do what you're doing. I said, if there was ever an opportunity I can invest and buy a property that was used in a movie and Airbnb it out, that would be what a blast that would be to meet people from all over the world who are into the same movie that I'm into. How'd this happen?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'll tell you all about it as soon as we get inside. I'm going to take you inside. I'm going to point out the famous front doorway right here. This is the door where Bill and Jodie and Clarice meet for the very first time. So let me show you. Check it out. Here we go. Let me see. So this is the door. It's the same door from 30 years ago. And let me see if I can nail this with the storm door here. Hold on. Here we go. Ready for this? Hold on. All right, here we go. Oh, wait. Was she a great big fat person?
She was a big girl, yes, sir.
She was a big girl, yes, sir. So the famous front doorway, I'll show it to you from the interior. Pretty cool. There it is. Very little has changed in the last 30 years. Pretty rad. But to answer your question, I'll put this. You guys might recognize this guy over here. Where is he? There he is. The life-size Hannibal animatronic. He comes to life. But it's kind of a crazy story. So, like, a little background on me. I'm a lifelong horror fan. Have been since I was a kid, and ultimately, been into all the spooky stuff and the macabre for a long time. Big horror movie buff. And I had read an article back in October of 2020 that the house was going for sale. And I work in film production for a living. I do set design and art direction and prop styling. So, you know, my personal interest of horror and then my professional background of, you know, making things, you know, look good for a living, you know, Bill's was kind of the perfect opportunity to put my my talents to work. And, you know, I thought, why the hell not, you know? You know, it was still back in the lockdown days, and there wasn't a whole lot going on in the film business. So I shifted gears and purchased Bill's house and turned it into like the cinematic destination you see before you.
Do you live on property?
I do not. No, Bill's is definitely a 365 day a year full-time rental. I have my own residence that where I actually reside. So basically, all the guests come through as much as they want. You know, we're pretty booked for October, obviously, and into November. But yeah, it's been really fun. So,
what are some of the craziest things you've seen from guests who have come and stayed?
oh man, well, you guys will see all that. You guys will see all that in the basement. So our basement we have propped out as we call it the Workshop of Horrors. And the Workshop of Horrors is basically a recreated film set of Buffalo Bill's sewing room. And we recently, our most prized addition is the, we have recently built the well in the ground at Buffalo Bill's house.
Did you actually hit the water table when you dug a well?
So basically, it's a recreated prop in the essence, in the fact that it's screen accurate. It's actually 4.5 feet deep, so it's a safe amount to get inside. And you can actually crouch down and get the cheated photo, so it looks like it's much deeper than it is, but it's still safe for guests to get in. And I'm super jazzed as a huge horror fan that it was built in partnership with famed special effects makeup artist Tom Savini. Tom Savini is famous for having worked on Dawn of the Dead and Friday the 13th, the Night of the Living Dead remake, and a million other movies from dusk till dawn. He had a movie in the theaters over the summer, Black Phone, which was really awesome. And Tom and his special effects makeup school, which he operates out of Pittsburgh, about 20 minutes from Bill's house, worked together and built the well.
Can you spend the night in it?
You sure can. We get that question all the time, and usually it's from women who want to stuff their husbands in it and leave them there without any food or water. But we do keep lotion and Precious down there, so you guys will get to see that shortly.
I was going to ask if you offered lotion in the house.
Oh, not only do we offer it, our overnight stay guests get a complimentary bottle. But when I met Brody back a few months ago at the Monster Mania Con, we have full-size bottles. It's a shea butter body lotion. We like to call it Skin Suit Soft. Yeah.
Nice.
Good time.
Josh is excited. He's been getting his tuck on. He's been practicing.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear. Get your tuck on. That's what's up, son.
I remember you telling me when we met that people have shown you, was it videos or pictures of them recreating that scene from the movie?
Yes.
Which you haven't seen the movie, you have no idea what this conversation's about. But I find that a little bit like, I mean, I get it. It's exciting. Like some things are meant to, you know, to the imagination.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, basically, yes, we like to say get your tuck on. And yes, in my emails, almost a couple times a week, I 100% get shots of our overnight stay guests doing their thing. And they put on the kimono. We have a cosplay aspect to the workshop, which is really fun. We have Bill's kimono, we have his robe, his wig. And when you enter the workshop, we have motion sensor speakers mounted in the ceiling that play Goodbye Horses to the song Bill dances to set the mood. So the minute your feet hit the basement steps, it comes on automatically, and people just go for it, you know, without reservation. You can see plenty of it on our social media accounts on Instagram and Facebook. Our handle's Buffalo Bill's House.
How can someone find you on social media?
Yeah, so we're on all the major platforms. Instagram and Facebook is just at Buffalo Bill's House. We're also on TikTok and Twitter. Those accounts, our handle is at Buff Bill's House, BUFF Bill's House. And of course, all information is available about overnight stays and tours at buffalobillshouse.com. And you can even give us a call at 1-833-BUFF-BILL.
Chris, do you know, since we were on the topic of it, we'll just get it out of the way. Do you know the origin story of the tuck? Have you heard it?
Have I heard it?
Yeah.
The way I heard it, which is only from internet, so I can only repeat what I heard. But basically, it was led to believe that it was an idea of Ted Levine, who portrays Bill. It was not director Jonathan Demme. And I am, at least from as much information, as deep a dive as I could do to fact check it, Ted Levine did have to consume quite a bit of tequila to get in the mood to do that. And I think he had a few in him at that point, and he just decided to add that to the component to the scene. And Jonathan Demme thought that it was so disturbing that he chose to keep it for the film.
Not only is all of that factual, Ted Levine brought the idea to Jonathan Demme during the audition. And
there you go. There you go.
Did it in his audition. He didn't like his audition. He's like, wait a minute, let me try something different. He came back in the room and did that.
Well, nothing like tucking your junk back to land a role, you know. So whatever it takes, you know. That's what we do here at Philippines. So I'll show you guys around a little bit. And again, here we are in the grand foyer. This is the grand foyer, the famous front doorway where the famous first scenes were shot, where Bill meets Clarice on screen. And then as we turn around, this is the formal dining room. Should look very familiar to you. So over here, what I'm focusing on right there, that's the famous curio cabinet where Bill pulls his business cards out of. Right there, Ted Levine stands right there. And the reverse that's where Jody stands, right there in the movie. And as she kind of sees things, she sees the famous moth, the death's head, land on some sewing apparatus. And we have a fun little gag here. I'll aim this down. See if I can get this. That's our business card drawer. It's the famous business card drawer. So we actually encourage all our guests to leave their business cards in it. And you never know who might find it. A lot of people recreate the scenes themselves. They actually go ahead and recreate them. They throw the business cards up in the air. We get tagged in a lot of those photos. It's a whole lot of fun. And this is let's see if I can get this without glare. That is a real death's head that we have framed on our mantelpiece right there. And you can kind of see if you look closely, you could see the reason they call it the death's head is because of the human-like skull that appears on the creature's thorax. It was why they used this for the movie that Bill put in his victims' throats.
What's the name of it again? Arachiontis sticks or something like that?
I don't know the scientific name. The official species name is the death's head hawk moth.
Have you tried to invite Jody to come visit the house again, like as a reunion kind of thing, maybe?
It's funny you asked that. A lot of people always ask, do you have plans to reach out to Jody or Ted or Scott Glenn or even Anthony Hopkins? The truth is I have not reached out yet. We've been operational for about a year, and I just kind of wanted to get seated in the business first to make sure everything was running the way I wanted it to. But now that things are cooking with gasoline, I do have some plans to reach out to Ted Levine's management, and I would absolutely love to get him here for a special Buffalo Bill Comes Home type event.
What about Catherine Martin?
Yeah, Brooke Smith too. So I am aware 100%. So a fan, actually, one of our guests, I'll tell you a real cool story. So one of our guests from actually just recently, about a month ago, silent super fans. They were from Wisconsin. They flew in just to stay at Bill's house, and they did a tour of all the other famous filming locations. And at the location, which is here in Pittsburgh, where Catherine Martin is abducted, he gave his wife, they were here for their anniversary. He gave his wife a cameo from Brooke Smith, and she referenced them staying here at Buffalo Bill's house and how she thought it was totally awesome that someone turned it into an Airbnb style accommodation. So I do know that Brooke Smith knows about it, and I would love to have her here. So something to work on in 2023 for sure. We're going to make our way into the kitchen over here, where there was more filming that took place. This is the stove right here, not the stove from the movie, but this is where Bill keeps his gun in the movie. And he rounds the corner, as if you could see the layout, straight through the corridor, right? Bill's luring Clarice closer and closer to the basement. Of course, the basement is really here. Let me back up so you guys could see. There's the basement doorway right there, which is where Bill flings the door open and chases Clarice chases Bill with his guns out. Would you guys like? What's that?
The poster on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Hannibal's liver.
Yeah. We have tons of artwork at Bill's. We actually have 2 real props from the movie. I'll point this out. This is one of them. Let me see if I can get this in frame here. There we go. What you're looking at right here on the wall, that's actually a piece of country kitchen patterned wallpaper. And this wallpaper was hanging up in the kitchen 30 years ago when they shot this scene here. This was a gift from the former homeowner when I purchased the home. And she'd kept it for over 30 years. The production company actually left some items behind, and she graciously donated them to me. So I have a number of artifacts from the actual filming when they shot here on permanent display. So if you watch the movie closely, you will see that up on the wall in the kitchen when they filmed in this room for the sequence.
That's awesome. I appreciate the fact that it's framed.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, well, it deserves it. Museum quality glass too, man. I don't mess around. So I'll show you guys the basement, which is what everybody wants to see. It's a little narrow down here, so let me see what I can do. So this is the stairwell, also in the final cut of the film. This is where Bill runs down with his gun, and Clarice follows him in hot pursuit. Nothing has changed down to the handrail or the steps in 30 years. So we'll go down, not looking at the camera, so hopefully you guys can see it. And I will show you the workshop of horrors, which is what everybody wants to see. You guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yep, there it is. This is what we call the workshop of horrors right here. And you might hear, I don't know if you can hear it. Hold on. Little Goodbye Horses action for you.
Wow.
So let me close up here. So vintage Singer sewing machine.
Actual
We
prop?
have, you see the head in the jar? That's Benjamin Raspel's head.
Outstanding.
Here we go.
Did you get that from your self-storage?
You're goddamn right I did. I went right over there and snuck in, just got my tuck on in there, swiped his head, and now it lives at Bill's house for all our guests to pose with. And of course there is a cosplay aspect to Bill's house. So we have Bill's lovely hair and his feathered boa, and you can't do the Buffalo Bill without his kimono. So as we were talking about earlier, this is where everyone gets to come down and get their tuck on. You'll see our operational disco ball, just like Bill had up, the big American flag and the full-length body mirror, just like Bill had in it. And all the mannequins are wearing authentic 80s era costuming. Scan these ladies for you here.
You have a video camera on a tripod down there too?
Yeah.
It's funny. I'm so particular about props because it's what I do for a living. So I do have the exact model number of model of what he used. It was an Olympus, and I'm having a hell of a time trying to find it, but it is on the list. It's one of the upgrades I want to do to the workshop. So my goal is to find that and leave a VHS tape in it, and then just let people record, and then I'll upload it as content. I wonder if I'll be able to do all of it, but probably not, given what people generally do.
Hold on one second, Chris. We've got the cleaning team here, cleaning right in the middle of our interview.
Okay, no problem. Standing by till you tell me.
I'll tell you what, since we're talking about cleaning, your upstairs is very neat in comparison to the way the set was dressed. And I'm wondering if that has anything to do with, say, health code and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, we do have a housekeeping team. They're great. They keep Bill's nice and clean for all our overnight stay guests. Obviously, I chose not to have 3-week-old Chinese food containers laying out on the kitchen counter and stuff. I didn't go for that level of authenticity. I do want people to actually come and stay. But so Bill's is kind of like a hybrid of like a beautiful classic Victorian home mixed with the dark sensibility of Silence of the Lambs. So
you must have some couples coming in there Valentine's Day going, honey, are you ready for this? Like, this is going to be some couple's dream Valentine's Day weekend.
Every husband is doing that goodnight horses.
Listen, we were booked for Valentine's Day our first year. Last year, we're already booked for 2023.
No way.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we get people to come through all walks of life. We've had anniversary celebrations here. We've had birthday parties. We've had bachelorette parties, girls getaway weekends, guys getaway weekends. Honestly, we've even had families here, families with small kids and stuff. So like Bill's is really unique in the format and the fact that it actually kind of correlates to everybody. Like everybody loves Silence of the Lambs, and everybody always wants to check it out with their own 2 eyes. So
Josh just asked if there were any proposals, marriage proposals.
We haven't had a proposal yet. We have had 3 honeymoons. I will tell you that. We had a couple fly in from Arizona a few months back for their honeymoon. They spent about 4 days here at Bill's. We also had a couple from Texas and a honeymoon from Georgia as well. So we've actually had guests in our first year of operation. We've had guests from 23 states and 5 international countries. The furthest being Germany and Denmark.
Wow, so you have people literally from all over the world coming to experience Buffalo Bill's house. That's pretty cool. Yeah,
it's pretty wild. I mean, like as a horror fan and somebody who loves movie locations, you couldn't really ask for much more. It's very humbling to me that people think highly enough of what I've done here to come see it and spend some time here. And I would want nothing more for future guests. I worked really hard on it, and I always say first and foremost, I'm a fan, and this was done by a fan for the fans. And I appreciate all the positive feedback and reviews we've been getting so far.
I love the irony that you were booked up on Valentine's Day last year and this year because the movie was released on Valentine's Day.
That's right. You did your homework. It was released Valentine's Day 1991. So
he's a movie.
Actually, one of the very
I'm a genuine fan. It's not homework.
I'm a fan too, but I don't remember dates. That's impressive.
It's just a tribute bit.
You guys ready to see the well?
Yes.
Hey, I noticed you didn't have a caterpillar farm at the base of the stairs.
Didn't have a what?
A caterpillar farm.
Oh yeah, well pick and choose. Here we go.
Having a hard time getting those things from Suriname.
Oh. Oh dang! I think
that is out.
Wow.
So
the chip brick and everything.
She look familiar?
Yep.
Wow.
Groceries.
Let me show you the hole itself.
Wow.
Fingernail and everything.
Is there glitter in the nail polish?
Let me kill the audio in the back. I have a motion sensor in here that plays the dialogue from the movie. So the minute it's playing and Catherine Martin. But I will show you that. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. I gotta pull this cord off here. Here we go. So we have the basket, of course, with the lotion in it. That's our body lotion in there, and then it does raise and lower into the pit. Up and down.
Oh wow.
Let me kill this light a minute. See if that prevents blowout. Hold on. That might be a little better. There you go. So it does go up and down, just like the movie, down to the bloody fingernail marks way in the interior. You guys can make that out. We have all those.
Is there a chicken bone tied to the rope of the bucket?
With the chicken bones. Here we go.
Oh, outstanding.
Chicken bones to Laura Young Precious, of course. Photo op, so she's a good girl. She hangs out down the aspect, represented down in the well. So that's Catherine Martin's jumpsuit and her curly haired wig, 80s style, just like she had. So a lot of our guests choose to put that on when they get in for their photo ops, which is cool. And over here, we have, we can see it's a little dark, but I'll bring it to the light. We have the hose itself as the prop. So got an awesome spooled up hose that people love to pose with. We'll throw that over. Let me show you the well, but you can't get inside it. I'll get inside. Let me do this here. Let's see if I can do this. Here we go. Oh, let me turn on the light. How's that?
Wow.
There we are, in the bottom of the well. Here's our lotion.
Where you still have internet signal.
Do I? Are you guys getting me?
Yes, that's what's amazing.
The best part is that your signal's actually better in the well.
Oh, good. I'm down. I'm subterranean now. I'm sitting in the well. So this is what I do with my life. I just kind of hang out in the well, get freaky. Put lotion on my skin.
You could have like a lock-in, a candlelight lock-in, where you award a prize to someone that stays in there the longest.
Oh yeah, no, I get even all the time. And they're like, I want to sleep down there. Like, can I leave my wife down there? Can we sleep down there? I was like, hey, you want to sleep down here? Knock yourself out. Why the hell not?
Because it's a little creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Is there a hot furnace to burn my hand on?
Sure is, right outside the door. Climb out of the well.
And so you said you're 20 minutes from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah, about 25 minutes from Pittsburgh. We're not far at all from the city. Easy to fly in. We do get guests that fly in from other parts of the country, so it's an easy ride, short ride down the road. Pittsburgh's not far. Like I said, I mean, like, super happy that people have been like coming from all over the place and like leaving us like positive reviews. I mean, there's kind of like a wide of it. I mean, it's pretty terrifying. I know, we were chatting before, but super jazzed to have Tom Savini involved in building the project, and his school, which is located locally as well. The lead designer on the build was a guy named Jerry Gergley, and Jerry was actually worked on Silence 30 years ago, and he was Ted Levine's makeup artist.
Wow.
The fact that you had that level,
Worked on Silence.
the fact that you had that level of celebrity there, that was a part of the movie.
On
And
his
Tom
school,
Savini-
so. And like we're getting a lot of support from the horror community, important. This whole thing without without the support of the horror community, and like we've also had Doug Bradley come. Doug Bradley was famous for playing Pinhead from the Hellraiser franchise. He's been here for a tour. He spent a little time at Bill's house, which is cool. And in a few months, we're having Kane Hodder come, famous for playing
Jason. Now that he got out of the well, his internet signal's kind of shifty.
It's time to leave the well. Here we go.
Awesome.
You want me to rehash that?
The fact that you had people who worked on the movie that were a part of this whole project, that really just kind of puts an authentic, official stamp on what you're doing, I think.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, having Tom and having Jerry, specifically Jerry, because he worked on the movie, 30 years ago. He's a Pittsburgh local special effects makeup artist, and he works at Tom Savini's school. I mean, hearing stories from him firsthand on set about his interactions with Ted and what filming was like. I mean, it's pretty wild. I mean, from a fan perspective, you know, it makes all the difference in the world, and it lends total credibility to the project. And, you know, at the end of the day, if you would have told, you know, 6-year-old me when I was watching, you know, Creep Show or Friday the 13th or something that, you know, one day I'd be, you know, professionally working in some capacity with Tom Savini, or, you know, have, you know, Doug Bradley, you know, Pinhead hanging out at my house, I probably would have said you're out of your gourd, you know. So it's pretty awesome.
Remind everybody how, if they either want to get a tour or they want to try to, because I'm sure you're booked out. It's probably hard to get a room there in the next, like, even this year, right?
Well, I mean, like, October's pretty busy, but we do have a couple of weekdays left in October. Weekends are all spoken for, but be sure to check us out. If you're interested in booking an overnight stay, you could find us at buffalobillshouse.com. That's the easiest way to book. We have our booking platform on there. It's real simple. You can see the dates that are available. You know, definitely encourage you to book as soon as you know. We are offering some discounts right now. We're offering 20% off remaining dates for what's available for October. And then our very last round of guided tours is this Halloween weekend coming up in a few weeks, the 28th through the 30th. You get a 2-hour guided tour. Those tickets are also available at buffalobillshouse.com. And we're also hosting a paranormal investigation, the first ever at the house, Sunday, October 30th, with Brian J. Cano. He is a paranormal researcher and author, and he is the TV host for the Travel Channel show Paranormal Caught on Camera. So we're doing a combination tour / paranormal investigation. So those are our activities.
Have you had any weird, eerie feelings in the house?
Have I ever felt anything inside the house? I've only experienced during renovations, which is what they say is what spurs up any sort of activity. Verdict is not 100%, but there was one time where I definitely moved a tape measure and it ended up in a room that I hadn't even started renovating yet. So, you know, take it at face value, but I guess we're going to find out when the professionals get here on October 30th what the word is. So if anyone wants more info on those events, or to pick up a tour ticket, or book a stay, it's buffalobillshouse.com. You can call us 1-833-BUFF-BILL. And social media, Buffalo Bills House on Instagram and Facebook, and Buff Bills House on TikTok and Twitter. Check this guy out here.
At nighttime, you get the munchies, and you walk by that thing in the dark, and it freaks out.
I don't think I can sleep.
Chris, with some fava beans. The interiors for other scenes and warehouses in Pittsburgh, those are incorporated and all in your stories that you tell people when they do their tours?
In regards to what story? Sorry about that. Hannibal was talking over me.
A lot of the other interior scenes were done on sets that were built in Pittsburgh warehouses. I was wondering if...
Oh, yeah. We actually have a whole guidebook. I've done the research. So, yeah, Pittsburgh is exclusively, more or less, almost the entire film was shot in about a 75-mile radius of Pittsburgh, like Your Self Storage. You know, the funeral home is actually a private residence, the wrong home that the FBI raids in the end of the movie. All those sequences, also the Hannibal Cage sequence where he kills the cop, that was shot at a military museum in Pittsburgh, the Soldiers and Sailors. So there's just like a ton of really rich filming history in Pittsburgh for Silence of the Lambs, and also other spooky movies. Obviously, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead was all shot here, Creep Show. Pittsburgh's kind of the horror hub of America, and I think Bill's is a super badass, you know, addition to all that for sure.
So tell me, I gotta ask. I saw the Hannibal's liver and fava beans can on the wall, so it got me wondering if the cabinets have a bottle of the Amusing House wine, or if you have a cheeseburger in the fridge. You look good.
Yeah.
Fridge is always clean. Fridge is always cleaned out. We don't do food service at Buffalo Bill's House, but we do offer coffee and tea for overnight guests. Most people either stop at the market on the way in to bring what they need for the weekend, or order in or hit the local restaurants. And I could show you guys upstairs if you want to see where people actually get to stay, some of the bedrooms. We're going upstairs. Now, there was no filming shot at Buffalo Bill's House upstairs. It was strictly relegated to the exteriors interiors and of the first floor. And this is the master bedroom. We call this Buffalo Bill's Suite. Here we go.
You still have all of Mrs. Lippman's things?
Oh yeah, Miss Lip. We try to keep her under lock and key. You know, we don't want her to. We don't want anyone to find the bodies in the bathtub. You know.
Right.
And this is our Hannibal bedroom right here.
Oh, that's great.
Yep, all the bedrooms are themed after one of the major characters, and we have our custom Buffalo Bill shower curtain. Usually pretty spooky, creeps people out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's Ted Levine's face is unsettling.
Ted Levine's face while you're washing all your naughty parts is super unsettling. That's why I put it there. That's why I put it there. Spooks me out when I stay at the house, and you know, damn, I'm here all the time. This is the Clarice bedroom right here. This is one of our 3 out of 4 bedrooms, so we focus more on Clarice's accomplishments in the movie. We have some fun props here. A lot of people like to put on and pose with her FBI badge, replica of her. Where is it? There we go. Jodie's badge from the movie.
Wow.
Some fun FBI stuff and props to play with. And even little Precious has a bedroom. So this is the Precious room, our 4th and final bedroom. With our custom.
I love the nod to Guns N' Roses.
Yep, there you go. I'm a big metalhead, big rock and roller, so you know, gotta do that. some Precious artwork on.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Do people draw the art and leave it for you?
I get submissions a lot. I've had one person draw something and leave it, an artist who was here. One time that did happen, but I get stuff in the mail from fans all the time, and people who are artists or they just want to donate something to the house.
I love it.
My favorite actually is an artist at Tom Savini's school. It's a giant. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Like really dark. I love it. And of course, you know, it is the master bedroom, so it'll be reversed. But yeah, baby, little Buffalo Bill and chill action. Get your tuck on.
Yeah, the abs are spot on.
Yeah, hell yeah. Why the hell not? I'll show you the final part of the house. We're going to go upstairs to the 3rd floor. This is the attic, and we call this Buffalo Bill's Playhouse. So I'll let you guys see it for yourself.
Cover your eyes, Carlie.
Yeah, I was wondering.
All right. So this is the Playhouse, which is kind of a retro 80s, 70s and 80s themed rec room. We have 500 DVDs and VHS tapes, some of our VHS collection. This is actually a curio from filming. This was a gift from the previous homeowner right here. That's the blueprints schematic with original 1989 and 90 markings showcasing what this house was going to look like from an artistic standpoint before filming took place. So really cool to have that here.
Wow, you've got a lot. You've got a lot of artifacts basically all over the house. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The home was built when? In the 20s?
What's that?
The home was built what, in the 20s?
1910. It's 113 years old.
Wow.
So this is a call sheet, another gift from the previous homeowner. It shows the scenes that were Jody and Clarice had. That Jody and Ted had in this house. It's also Valentine's Day 1990. We have an original location agreement brokering this house from the business side of things, of the house being rented from the film production company. And these are replicas from the previous homeowner's personal copy of Silence of the Lambs, but it's autographs and personal messages from Jonathan Demme and Clarice, played by Jodie Foster. Basically says, thank you for letting us use your house to make our little spooky movie.
So cool. That's so cool. Yeah.
And this is our arcade. We have a fully functional arcade up here.
Cool.
Wow.
Vintage games, Mortal Kombat, Centipede. Got about 10 games up here, all different ones. So these are all set to free play. Pac-Man, Galaga, Crazy Taxi. And we got a pool table over here, which gets a ton of use. There's our pool table.
Oh, I love the shining carpet.
Yeah. Oh, you noticed that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Bunch of DVDs. I'm all about the physical media. And then there's the lounge area across the way. Let me see if I can get this here. There we go.
You're not bad. I'm just better than you.
So, yeah. And then we have fun with it. You know, we always some fun Buffalo Bill and Hannibal figures over yonder.
Wow.
But, you know, like this is the area where most people come and hang out after they've gotten their tuck on, sat in the well, moisturized their skin, made their flesh suits, you know, had their freak show in the basement. Most people come up to the Playhouse and kick it, either watch Silence or another movie, have some drinks, and just have a good time.
So now we know how you entertain yourself when there's no guests that happen to be staying for a moment in the house.
Oh yeah, I mean basically because I'm working out here all week. So last night, watched a movie. Ordered a pizza. I may or may not have gotten my tuck on. The answer is yes, I did. The answer is yes, I did. I certainly did. I have no problem doing that. House that at the end of the day, like they leave with a memory, and if I can provide that in a fun, kind of unique setting, then my mission is complete. So
this is a Silence of the Lambs, like fantasy dream come true. So thanks for doing what you do. I mean, you make money off it, obviously, but again, it's unique, and so many people, the memories that you're helping people make are just, indisposable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, signal's getting a little wonky. Hold on, let me go down here. Thank you so much. I mean, I really appreciate. I hope you guys liked what you saw. I would love to have you guys here someday. If you ever want to come down and check it out, you're definitely more than welcome. It's an honor and a pleasure for me to do this stuff. I still work in the film business professionally, but doing Bill's House is something I absolutely love to do. So seeing people's eyes light up during tours and actually getting well and people leaving nice reviews, it's a very humbling experience, but it's rad to be able to provide something unique that hasn't been done before to the movie enthusiast community.
I know the prop isn't specific to Bill's House, but did you consider Frederica Bimmel's music box?
Yeah. There's a couple things I'm still trying to source. That's a great one. One of the things I want to add to the workshop specifically is the 1940s buzzer that Bill has. It's the old school one that was when the bombs dropped. It was like bomb shelter alarm. I'm still trying to source the correct one. Like I said earlier, the video camera I plan to set up real soon when I could find the right one. But it's an ever evolving project, and I guess I treat the house basically it's just like a giant set, and I don't know if it'll ever be done, but people seem to be enjoying it, and I'll always be adding props to this place to make it bigger and better. Next up, I would love to add a skin suit to Bill's workshop downstairs, so I'll be working on that in the next few months.
I'm getting the feeling that Josh, this interview is his way of trying to apply as park consultant on this project.
No,
I love it.
I'll just work as a page.
That works. Everyone needs one. No, I love talking Silence and same stuff get together. That's how Brody and I met. At a con a while back. And I'm glad we could finally put the pen to paper and get you guys a visual of Bill's. Just worked out perfectly since I have some work out here this week, so it's rad.
Josh has a cool little gem here to show you.
So
what you doing?
And I'm gonna get in touch with you about the blueprints that you showed me. I'd love to get a copy of that because I was playing with my daughter's Legos a few months ago, and sitting at the table with her while she's playing. I just started putting piece by piece together, and I ended up building.
Lost you. Hold on.
This.
There you go. Oh, nice. Well done.
Butterfly.
I love it. I love it. It's really sick. You clearly think the way I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for Father's Day, my wife bought me like a $300 gift card to the Lego store to buy Legos and build the house, and I want to build a replica of the basement.
I'm hell yeah, dude. But I'm into it. Send us photos. We'll blast it out on our Instagram.
It'll be awesome.
It'd be rad. No, it's super cool. No, I love that stuff, man. More creative, the better. You know. So it's always cool to see how people we artists that reach out, you know, and all the donations of art that we've had gifted to us from you know, artists around the country and stuff like that. And the Death's Head, you know, we're starting to do Death's Head moths in shadow boxes with Bill's house on the background. You know, it's just like ever expanding. So, you know, like moisturize your skin, get your tuck on. That's what you can do at Buffalo Bill's house.
Oh my.
Chris, thank you so much for your time and the tour and for what you do. BuffaloBillsHouse.com. If you want to learn more, get tours, plan a trip, do an overnight for when you can find a night available. That sounds like something that,
that's it, you know. Check us out online, or else you get the hose again.
Chris, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Pleasure chatting with you. Hope to talk again real soon. All right. All right, keep talking. Especially you, Brody. Especially you.
Yeah, I probably should. I need to try something different.
It's time. Dust off that old kimono and get your tuck on, son. It's that time of the day. All right. Talk to